Who the heck is this guy, and why should you care what he has to say about psychedelic-assisted therapy? My name's Ben Doc Askins. All my favorite people call me Doc because I spent 10 years as a combat medic, including a deployment to Iraq, and then went through the military's inter-service physician assistant program to become a PA, and deployed again to Europe in 2022 as the battalion surgeon for an infantry battalion in Kosovo. After coming back from that deployment, I went and got certified by the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies in MDMA-assisted therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder. And then I have a lot of experience doing ketamine-assisted therapy in multiple practices across the country. I like to do psychedelic integration work, and I'd like to take the time to explain a little bit about what psychedelic-assisted therapy is and what the benefits, the risks, and the alternatives are in that regard. Psychedelic-assisted therapy is in the headlines right now because a lot of research institutions like Johns Hopkins and Stanford University are publishing clinical trials demonstrating great benefit for mental health conditions using what's called psychedelic-assisted therapy. This is a lot of talk therapy oriented around giving people psychedelic medicines that induce what's called a non-ordinary state of consciousness. People see massive amounts of relief from their chronic or complex PTSD, depression, and anxiety from using these molecules in these contexts. Now, does that mean that you should just run out and try to find LSD on the street somewhere and just take as much as you can buy and figure it out later? Absolutely not. And no clinician is going to recommend anything that silly to you. The idea that just taking these medicines in isolation or to go to a concert is going to be a way of healing the struggles that you have is mistaken. And the idea that you need to be in talk therapy for 3 decades in order to heal the things that you're struggling with is also mistaken. Dr. Stan Groff is a famous psychedelic researcher who said that what the microscope was for biology and what the telescope was for astronomy, psychedelics will be for psychology. What psychedelics do is create a non-ordinary state of consciousness wherein someone can experience healing and growth and connect with their soul in a way that isn't easily accessible to them otherwise. And then with a caring therapist who knows their story, they can walk through putting together their identity and their purpose in a way that allows them to move forward without addiction, without dependence, without suffering psychologically. It allows you to put memories on the shelf in a way that you decide when you access them rather than them coming and showing up and ruining your day for you. It's an opportunity for healing. It gets described as 10 years of therapy in a day for a reason. Currently, the only legally available psychedelic medicine is ketamine, which is what we offer in my clinic at Advanced Practice Providers. Potentially, very soon, other medicines will be available in a medical context, and some of them may be legalized in certain states where the rules around those are still pending. For people who want to know what it's like to have a psychedelic experience, but who don't want to do anything illegal and who don't want to take any risks of having a bad trip or not knowing what the outcome's going to be or having your mind changed for you, I wrote a book. And the book isn't about psychedelics. The book itself is intended to simulate a psychedelic-assisted therapy session. The book's called Anti-Hero's Journey, The Zero with 1,000 Faces, and it's me doing psychedelic-assisted therapy on myself in a book form, so that if you start to feel a little bit nauseous or you're feeling like your head's spinning while you're reading the book, you can just put it down. And none of the psychedelic medicines are going to offer you that opportunity. If you bought your ticket and you took a handful of mushrooms, you're going to ride the ride until the ride's over. But if you just want to read a book or listen to an audiobook of what it might be like to have a hero's dose of some psychedelic out there, just check out The Anti-Hero's Journey on antiheroesjourney.com or in paperback from amazon.com. If you're looking for mental health care in the Louisville, Kentucky area, go to advancedpracticeproviders.com and you can sign up there for an initial consultation with me or one of our other therapists, or you can call 502-771-1113 to get on my schedule today.